Welcome to First Steps to Bar Chords. All right, I love bar chords. They kind of set you free when you're a new guitar player. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the E major shape and we're going to form that chord, but we're not going to use our first finger. He'll have a job later on. So this is the nut. When we do a bar chord, we're becoming the nut. We're letting that first finger become the nut. So this is an E, F, G, A, B, C, and so on. So you can think of that first finger as the capo or the nut. So once we form that E major without that first finger, we're going to bring it up to the 6th and 7th fret, the same shape. We just have a type of A chord. It's very airy, it's very pretty. So we can go between the two of them. It's going to be tricky at first. That's not going to sound smooth like when I just did it. You give yourself some patience. So here we go. Okay, so if we move it up 2 more, we've got a type of B chord. It's also very airy and pretty, just something we can practice with. So all together, this is something to work towards. So all I'm doing is using that E shape and moving it to different spots. Okay, so the next step is going to be taking that E shape on the 6th and 7th fret that we were just doing. I'm going to put my finger on this low E string. I'm not barring that whole thing. I'm just touching that one string. And like I said, I'm not barring. It's just being comfortable. And I can strum that. That's not going to be especially comfortable or easy at first. But we've got this nice A type of chord. So we could go we could move it up to so that has a really great sound, and we are so close to having a bar chord. All we have to do is cover the bottom 2. You know, and so I would practice these things I showed you for a while. Play with them, get comfortable with them, have fun with them, you know. Muting it a little bit when I'm sliding up with this hand, just by kind of letting my hand touch the strings to stop the sound. So if mine sounds a little different from you, that would be one reason. You can see my hand stopping there and stopping the sound. When you're ready to take this to a bar chord, don't feel like your finger has to be like this, covering every string in a really straight, uncomfortable way. You're covering this note right here. These guys are covering 3 strings. Then you're only covering these 2 at the very bottom here. So, I mean, my finger is curved. It's actually curved towards me. It's comfortable. And I am putting on pressure on all the strings, but you know, it's curved and it's comfortable. I'll tell you this right now. bar chords on your average acoustic is not easy at all. Don't get frustrated with yourself if you are trying to do this on an acoustic. If a guitar, acoustic or electric, has the action set really high, then this is going to be especially hard and uncomfortable. I don't want anyone to quit just because they don't have the best setup on their guitar. I'm not even going to say best equipment. You can have something really inexpensive, but it needs to be set with the action low. And what that means is that, oh, I've got a pick in there, that the strings are not too far off the neck. If they're really far away and you have to press harder, that just makes it harder. So you could take your guitar for a setup and say, I would like the action lowered. I want it to be comfortable. On acoustic, the average string size is probably a set of probably 11s or 12s, probably 12s, which are a thick gauge. I prefer learning on electric because the gauge is typically 9. Sometimes people put 10, but when you buy a new guitar, it comes with 9s, and I actually put 8s on mine. So don't be frustrated regarding equipment if you can. There are easy fixes that aren't expensive. And yes, you can buy $1,000 guitar and the action's high and it's not set up well. So, have a guitar friend hold your instrument and say, is this easy to learn on? Should I have the action lowered? Is this hard to play? Because what I want is for no one to quit. Even though most of us did, even most of us who play guitar picked it up, tried, quit, picked it up, tried, quit, and then finally, at some point, we just stuck with it. It finally we got hooked, finally. And I want that to happen to anyone who ever watches this video, that you can just continue to be a guitar player and continue to just love it and enjoy it. God bless you.